Hey guys, today we're back here on Mississippi Acres with the only goal of continuing the search for multiple of the rares we are missing. We are missing the melanistic alligator, the albino gator, the melanistic raccoon, among many others. On today's hunt, we're gonna be hunting mainly on multiplayer, looking for these rares on as many multiplayer sessions as we can, which are probably gonna be only one because Mississippi Acres doesn't precisely have many multiplayer sessions available. I guess that is very telling of how many people actually like this map, definitely not many. So hopefully, on one of these sessions, or on this session, we'll manage to find one of the rares we're looking for. We'll see. So that is the first gator of the hunt. It is a level 7, it is resting, and I am trying to see if there is a common right here. Hard to see through the binos. We're gonna use the scope. And could be melanistic, but the odds are certainly not in our favor. It is most likely just a common. We are still gonna shoot it here though. We are gonna go for a next shot. Let me just verify the distance right here. It is less than 300 meters out. So we are still gonna zero for 300. We're just gonna aim right on the neck. And that dropped it. Perfect shot. You know, the last time we came here to Mississippi Acres, we actually managed to find a piebald gator, but we couldn't find a single truly big gator. So another of my goals today, apart from trying to find a rare, is also to try to find a diamond, a level 9. If we manage to find a diamond, we are definitely gonna consider this a successful hunt. Hunting these gators can be a lot of fun, and they're honestly very easy species to hunt. This guy is just an olive, a common, for 11.94, it is a gold, the first kill of the day is a gold, not too bad. And look at the shot right there, perfect neck shot. By the way guys, in case you're wondering, we're currently hunting on this lake up here, which is called Gator Lake, fantastic for gators, not a coincidence. And the best part about hunting this species is that as long as you hunt them during the day, you are gonna find them resting. Hunting the gators while they are resting near the shore is definitely the easiest way to find them easily. Ooh! Talking about big gators, there's a level 8. First mythical of the hunt. The last time it took us like 2 hours to find the first mythical. And this time it took us 10 minutes. Can't complain, we're improving guys, we're getting better. Let me just make sure there's nothing bigger right here before we shoot that one. There's a level 6. I'm not seeing many. There are probably more though. You gotta be careful with these gators because they can be very aggressive. They are kinda mean, not gonna lie. Like they have no reason to attack you and they still do it. So let's see, this guy is 150 meters out right there. He's facing away, but we can still go for a long shot. Let me just pull out the 7mm, Malmer 7mm. The angle isn't great. We cannot go for a next shot this time, but a long shot is definitely possible. Let's try to hit it twice. He turned around and his fling was the first shot a long shot. You know, I doubt the second shot was good, but the first one should have been a barrel. He's going down actually. Look at how it runs. It is a big puppy, pretty much. Did he die? Oh yeah, there he is. He's just gonna float over now. We'll have to wait here. Huge swamp puppy. Let's see a score, 465.01. The diamond score is 492 as you can see. It is also an olive fur type, olive skin. Now one of the main differences between these gators and the crocodiles is the cash they give you. Look, less than 1,000 cash for a mythical, that is not a lot. So definitely hunting the saltwater crocodiles on Emerald Coast is way more productive than hunting these gators here. They are also quite easier. Hold up, is that a male? Yeah, that is a level 6, okay. Let's use the Malmer. Let's zero for 75. He's trying to escape. Brother. That was a neck shot. That was a neck shot right there. Totally intentional, guys. That was totally not an accident. Let's claim this guy. Is he also an olive? Yeah, also an olive. Not even a gold though. 357.08. Look at the shot. Perfect neck shot. At 35 meters using the iron sights. Can't complain. We're having a pretty decent start right here. Already 2 golds, 1 silver. Not bad at all. I wonder if we're gonna find a diamond. Well, that is another male right there. Level 5 this time. Guaranteed to be silver. But we're gonna try to get another neck shot here. It is fun to try to get the neck shots. Am I gonna have to literally shoot right here in order for him to hear us? I guess. Now he's alert. That guy is kinda dumb, eh? We cannot reach the neck, but we can go for the heart, I guess. That wasn't a hard shot. And that wasn't a hard shot neither. But let's hope it was at least a single long. He's just defensive right there, opening his mouth. What are you doing, buddy? He's asking for a third shot right here. Now he's fleeing, and he isn't going down surprisingly. Damn. He's a tank, now he's going down. That guy took 3 shots and survived. Well, never mind. Not sure about the survive part, but he took 3 shots. There we have it. Respect to this guy for taking so much. 329.62. 3 shots right there. What's up with the penetration on this 7mm? This should have been a hard shot, look! It was heading directly towards the heart. No penetration on this weapon for some reason. And these are the polymer tip bullets. Now the last shot, however, it was a single long. But at that point we already bought the trophy. So what I'm gonna do now is to focus on exploring this part of the coast right here. Also a pretty decent spot for these gators. Not as consistent as the last lakes, but also pretty decent. Oh, there's one. Warning call. Okay. Where is it? I think we're gonna make him run. There he is, level 6, okay. He's defensive. I forgot to reload, of course. Just need a couple of bullets. Let's heal for 75. There's another right there. Is that a female? That is a level 5. Where's the level 6? Right there, okay. Just die, brother. That was a battle. No penetration problems this time. Let's jump on it. Come on, just die. Damn, he hit us with a tail. There's a level 7. That one is decent, should be gold. But it's only a lair, so we have time to claim this level 6. Which again, seems to be an olive. We are getting a lot of olives today. 379.99 a gold. Not too bad. Now that level 7 right there, is he facing us? I think he is. Let's go for a shot. This time using the scope. I am very tempted to go for a brain shot right there. Look. In between the eyes. And that was a brain shot. Super easy shot. Are we gonna find a diamond or a rare today? That is a good question. But definitely the best approach we can take is to try to spot as many of these gators as possible. We are doing a very good job. 400.2. Not too bad. Look at the brain shot right there. First brain shot I take on a gator in a while. Probably in years, not gonna lie. That is a very weird looking gator right there. It is a fox level 4. You know, I think I mentioned this the last week. One of the rares I'm missing, also on this reserve, is the melanistic and the albino gray fox. So we're also gonna focus on these guys, as well as on the raccoons. As you can see, we're currently at the gray fox train time, which is from 1700 to 2000, I'm pretty sure, that's right. And these gray foxes drink on many different locations. I think I'm gonna visit some of them. There are more right there. There is a level 5 female, and also a level 5 gator right there. We're gonna focus on the fox this time, just to shoot something different. The weapon we have that is capable of dropping this species ethically is none other than the Sarsa 223, which is a weapon I hate, to be honest. The penetration isn't great, but it should be enough to drop this fox. Perfect. Can we also get the female? Well, the female is gone, but we can get the gator, that's for sure. Not in next shot, unfortunately. And also not in... What am I doing? That should have been a long. Is that another tank? That is another tank, guys. Another tank gator. What in the world? Well, we already pushed it, so we may as well drop it quickly right there. He died, and it is also an olive. This server is full of olives, not a single dark brown so far. Terrible accuracy on this gator. 315.82, 4 shots. We hit the jaw on the first shot, that makes sense. I was trying to hit the neck. Same case as on the second shot. So yeah, this was totally our fault. Now, where's the fox? Just a common, red fur type. Looks amazing, look. The first time I saw one of these guys, I thought it was a leucistic because it looks very different to the rest of the commons. Beautiful fur type. One of the most interesting things about these gray foxes is that the females are actually able to make diamond, just as the males. They don't get as big as the males because I think the max score for the females is something like 6.5, but they are also able to reach level 9 and make diamond. We have 2 females right there, they are at 10 if. So, why not try to get them both? Let's use the salsa right here. Let's hero for 150. They are at 10 if. That one is going behind the tree, that's a problem. She went behind the tree, but we can hear them both right here, I believe. Look. We hit the damn tree. Forget about it, guys. Forget about it. You saw it. There was a space. It's not even a tree, it's a shrub. There was a space in between the twigs of that shrub. And yeah, never mind. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna include this clip, to be honest. Let's just continue a hunt. Oh, there is a quail. A male. And it seems to be a big flock. Look at all the tracks right here. We have a female. This one says very old. It is a male. Tiny male though. How many are here? 9 quails. Where are they hiding? Right here, okay. Damn. Look at all of them. Are we even hitting them? Some of them are flying this way. That is 1 down. 2 down. We didn't hit that one. Come on, just reload. And it's hard to see on the dark, guys, but I think we dropped it. Yeah. I just want to see if any of them is big. This one is a female, for example, tiny. This one right here is also a female, also tiny. I think this is the male. It is a level 1 as well. Tiny quails. This place is full of tiny quails. And this one is also a female. Ooh, there's a max estimate here. Hold up. Is that him? Look, guys. 0.22 to 0.25 kilos. That is a max estimate quail. He's heading that way. And I just got a warning call from another male right here, which I'm wondering if it's the same quail. Maybe. I don't see a single blue track over here. So yeah, guys, I think it's safe to say this max estimate is part of a different flock. I heard them. I just heard the quail, guys. Right there, there's a fish zone. Okay, so they are here, and we know the max estimate is here. This is a completely different flock, which only has 5 quail. Way smaller than the last one, but where are they? We know he's hiding here. Oh, right there, okay. We have to spot him. 251 top estimate, damn! That is definitely a max estimate. Are there more? He landed? Over there. I think we dropped a second right there. And there's another one. Hard to see if we dropped it. There's some hunting pressure over here. I think we only dropped one. But the one that actually matters is right here. The max estimate. It is a level 2. But guys, 251 top estimate even on a level 2 is gigantic. Let's see a score. It definitely promises. 230.29. Huge level 2 quail. The diamond score is 238 as you can see. That is a monster. You know, when it comes to being close to getting a diamond today, this is the closest we've been. We have no reason to hunt these quails today, but just as the gators, they are also a lot of fun. Hell, I would say this is actually a species that I enjoy hunting the most here on Mississippi. Now, different server this time, and again, that is a pretty decent sized gator right there, max estimate, level 7. He's flying. Let's just shoot it right here. That was a neck shot. Close shot. Damn, I thought he was gonna escape. Which would have been a shame because this guy is pretty big. 431.77. Look, double long on the first shot, and brain shot on the second, that's crazy. I just cannot believe they can give you less than 1,000 cash, to be honest. We also need to try to make a good shot on that guy. Not necessary, but just for practice, why not? How close can we get, that is the question. Let's see, guys, that is 60 meters out, he's alarmed, he's about to spook. Hopefully he'll go aggressive, but he went defensive. So we're gonna use the iron sights right here. He's not moving, surprisingly. Just a puppy. That is definitely gonna take him down. Very slowly though. Another victim to our not so perfect shooting. And I'm just surprised, this is also an olive. No, dark brown. Single long right there. And the second shot was right on the jaw. Absolutely perfect. Let's continue. I just realized how bright the eyes on these gators get, look. And it's not even that dark. Oh, there's a second right here, level 5 and level 7 next to each other. Brother, tell me we also got a barrel on the level 7. I hear more. Hold up, what is it? Is that also male? I think it is. Yeah, level 4. Not in next shot. That was in next shot. Look at the eyes. It is like they have a light bulb inside their eyes, almost. Oh, we actually killed the level 7, look. They are both flooring. There's that female. So yeah, not too bad. We managed to kill 3 gators right here in 1 minute. The level 7 were a score of 411.5. Pretty decent sized. And this level 4 with super bright eyes. I mean, just look at that. It honestly looks super cool, but it's not realistic by any means. We absolutely botched this one. Lower neck on the last shot, which is what killed it, but 2 flesh wounds on the first 2 shots. Absolutely perfect shooting. Oh my gosh, look! That is a piebald right there! That is a piebald, another piebald gator! We already got one last week, which was a different variation, but this one, I would say this one is cooler. This one actually looks like a proper piebald because, as I mentioned earlier, the last one looks more like an albino than a piebald. It is almost like a camo pattern. So cool. The question is, how should we drop it? You know, we have the Malmer, of course. We've been shooting all the alligators today with the Malmer, but we also have the crossbow right here, as you can see. Just gonna equip the scope, the crossbow scope, and if we decide to use the crossbow, of course we'll have to get way closer than this. We'll have to get to like 60 meters out. We'll see if it is possible though, because he's on a complicated spot. Now, my only concern, and what could actually prevent us from being able to get this gator using the crossbow, is that the rest time is over. They have a rest time that runs from 8 to 12, as you can see, and it is supposed to be finishing right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if this guy starts moving to leave the zone and go to a different rest zone in a moment. It's probably gonna happen, but for the moment, we are just gonna try to get as close as possible. There's a lot of water here. Not a great spot to approach this alligator, that's for sure. We might as well take the shot right here, with a rifle. The angle is perfect to hit the neck, and that was a neck shot, yes. Of course I wanted to take him down using the crossbow, but it was gonna be complicated because we would have to approach him from that position, and as you can see there's a lot of that grass. So even if he remained on the same spot, it would have been hard to spot it just because of the grass. And also of course the risk of him leaving the zone was very high. Now here we have this gator right here. It is a beautiful piebald. No way. I don't think I have this pattern. I have like 8 or 9 piebalds of these alligators because they are far from being the rarest rare. But I don't think I've ever gotten this pattern, to be honest. That's crazy. It looks amazing. Let's claim it right here. 352.42, a piebald gator. Another piebald gator this week. The other variation was mostly white, mostly light, while this one is pretty balanced in between the green and the white. So that is the first trophy of the hunt, guys. Very happy about this one. It's not the rare we wanted, but it is a rare. Now let's try to see if we can find the level 9. That would be amazing. You cannot be serious. No way, look at that, guys. Look at that gator right there. That is, I think it is another piebald. For a second I thought it was an albino, but it has a pattern. And I believe it is exactly the same pattern we got on the piebald we got there last week. This time on a female though. That's insane, shortly after the last piebald. 2 piebalds pretty much back to back. This time right here, on this part of the river, which is also fantastic for these gators. The only problem here though, is that there's a lot of water in the middle, so it's gonna be hard to get closer than this. Well, she went alert, and now she's getting closer herself, so that is good. Yeah, she's getting quite closer, 70 meters out approximately. So let's see, guys. Time to go for a shot here. As soon as she stops, I'ma take the shot. She keeps walking though. Don't stop behind the tree. Don't dare stopping behind the tree, please. No, not right there. Keep walking. Keep walking just like that. She's still alert. And now she's resting. She stopped right there. Okay. Should be good. Yeah, we got it, guys. That was definitely viral. Another piebald gator down. No way. 2 piebald gators in like 20 minutes, a male and a female, 2 different variations. Of course I would have rather to get a completely different variation on this one, because as I mentioned earlier, this is the exact same variation I got the last week, but I can't complain, it is still a supposedly rare gator. A lot of people say these guys aren't truly rare. For me they are just as rare as a normal piebald, for example as a piebald whitetail, but independently if it is truly rare or not, the point is, they look amazing. Look at this guy. Second trophy of the hunt, guys. Unfortunately, once again, we couldn't find any of the rares we're actually looking for, but 2 rares in one hunt is still amazing. That is gonna be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. This was a very fun hunt, 2 trophies, not too bad, and we're definitely gonna continue it a different day. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.